Well, hello and welcome once again to a Tuesday daily. I'm sorry if I'm a bit slow today. I have been down with a cold somewhat, but I think I'm still capable of doing this recording and trying to work my way through this money-ish kingdom, as it looks like. As always, at first I will go over the cards that are in this kingdom, and then we will get to what we're about to try out. If you don't like this part, feel free to skip, there's a timestamp. Now, we have just prosperity cards of the second edition, and one of the OG prosperity cards is Bishop. +1 coin and a victory token, and then you trash a card from your hand, +1 victory token per 2 it costs, so then you round down. Each other player may also trash a card from their hand. And this secondary effect makes Bishop one of the weaker cards, at least in the early game, because if you play Bishop and trash your starting cards with it, that you also allow your opponent to trash their starting cards with it for free, without them having to actually draw the Bishop, play the Bishop, spend a terminal action on it, and that usually speeds them up more than it speeds up yourself, and that's why Bishop usually isn't a great trasher for, at least for the early game. It can sometimes be relevant in the late game to get to as an extra source of victory points, but yeah, in the early game it's not that great. We have Clerk, +2 coins, and let me put my mouse over here. +2 coins, and each other player with 5 or more cards in hand puts 1 onto their deck. So essentially this is a militia variant that only reduces the hand size to 4, but instead of discarding your bad cards, you have to top deck them. So yeah, it can be quite annoying. And also, Clerk is a reaction card, and saying at the start of your turn, you may play this from your hand. So if you have the Clerk in your hand at the start of turn, you can play it without having to spend an action. Pretty simple. Investment, trash a card from your hand, choose 1 +1 coin, or trash this to reveal your hand for +1 victory point per differently named treasure there. So yeah, this is a treasure trasher, a non-terminal trasher that also gives you +1 coin. Not super strong, but quite alright at getting rid of your starting cards. And also it removes itself from your deck after a while, even giving you victory points from it. If you manage to make your hand diverse in treasures and also have a good hand size, then that one can be a sizable source of victory points. But here, as there's no way to increase hand size, as we'll see, it's not great as a source of victory points. Yeah, I don't know. Speaking of not great as a source of victory points is Monument, which just gives 1 victory point on play as a terminal silver. Yeah, with the alternatives here being stronger, I don't think we're going for that one. Quarry is a 4-cost treasure card also, that on play gives you 1 like copper, but also it reduces your actions, or it reduces the cost of actions by 2. So if you play 2 quarries, each action will cost 4 less. And yeah, this can sometimes be useful with super strong action cards like King's Courts or Grand Markets. But in this kingdom, also because it's hard and finicky to line up, I don't think it's going to be super relevant. Tiara gives a buy, and then this turn when you gain a card, you may also put it onto your deck. And then it says you may play a treasure from your hand twice. So it gives you the ability to top deck stuff, like its predecessor Royal Seal, which was a 5-cost silver that allowed you to top deck stuff. It was pretty useless. Tiara, on the other hand, is pretty useful, especially if you can pair it with those nice, strong treasures like platinum or even gold can be nice. And since it gives plus buy, it's usually a very viable choice in a money-heavy deck. Workers' Village is a village that gives +1 buy also. I don't know whether we're going for that one that much here. It competes with Tiara. I think it's just basically a buy without lowering your hand size in this kingdom. And I mean, of course, you can sometimes be lucky and play 2 terminals after playing it, but with your really low hand size, it's not super likely unless you have a stack of workers' villages, in which case you've certainly invested in the wrong things, I think. Charlatan is the next card we're discussing, and Charlatan gives +3 on play. Each other player gains a curse, and also in games using this, curse is a treasure worth 1. So we have curse here. Yeah, it can be played in your buy phase, giving you +1 coin, but it's still worth a negative victory point. Then we have War Chest. The player to your left names a card, gain a card costing up to 5 that hasn't been named for War Chests this turn. Also pretty simple. I don't think this one is super relevant here, as the cards you want to have in your deck are really platina and golds and maybe expands. I guess War Chest can gain you charlatans early or tiaras, but at that point you might as well try to get a charlatan itself for 5, or if you hit 6, the gold. And finally we have expand, trash a card from your hand, gain a card costing up to 3 more than it. Pretty nice with those high cost cards that are in prosperity. It allows you to turn a province into colony, it allows you to turn a gold into a platinum, but also platinum into colony, and also does the classical remodel stuff like just lowering the colony pile if you needed to. So that one is a strong trasher. But yeah, we don't want to overload on it, I think, because we are not going to have the terminal action space. All right. Yeah, going through these cards has been. I've already mentioned quite a bit that there is no real draw here. Let me show you this very interesting kingdom plot today. Yeah, the draw bar is completely down. There is no way whatsoever to increase your hand size. There's clerk to decrease your opponent's hand size or get your hand size decreased even before you start your turn. There's a bunch of alt VP stuff going on with colony, with bishop, monument, investment, but colonies are going to be the most relevant thing here. And thinning and investment and expand, and also bishop, I guess. The attacks of charlatan and clerk can be annoying, I think. Clerk, I'm not sure whether we're going to go for it. It kind of depends, because at least early on, if your opponent buys a few charlatans, clerk can help them to get rid of terminal collision, just top decking one of the terminals that you would collide in your hand. And yeah, that makes it not super duper great here, but of course the hand size reduction is something. But then also you need to think about, well, you just play the silver with one of your slots in your hand, so it's a trade-off. I think what we're going to try to go for is some investment, tiara, charlatan, expand, platinum, gold stuff. Just load up on valuable treasures, try to get reasonably thin with our deck, and not get overwhelmed with AI's charlatans curses. And yeah, then just try to get through somehow. It's not the most enticing kingdom, to be fair. Also note that there in principle would be a bishop golden deck thingy, where you just do platina and bishops, where you would score like 5 points a turn, just buy a new platinum each turn by having 3 platina and a bishop. Then you get rid of one, buy one, and so on. But that is gonna be hard to set up, and also clerk and charlatan are going to be too annoying for it to really get online in time. So we're just going to go for investment silver, I think, in the opening on the 4-3 or on the 3-4. On a 5-2, charlatan is a viable open as long as you get the investment in quickly after. That should be good. And yeah, this is looking to be really sloggy. Let's start the game. Go for investment silver here. We hit this hand, which is bad because we don't get to trash estates with our investment. We don't even see our investment here. I think I want to put in a charlatan here. Now here, this one could be a second investment or a tiara. What does it want to be? Maybe a tiara. Now we hit 4 again. Think we can go for investment here. Our charlatan misses the shuffle. Also not great, but we get to play one here. Let's put in a second one. Get to trash 2 cards here and put a tiara on top. Do we want to put a tiara on top? What are those 4 cards? Those 4 cards are investment. Investment 3 coppers. Yeah, I think we want to shuffle. So we do not top deck this tiara. Could also think about a clerk, but yeah, let's go for this. Yeah, tiaras are going to be nice as soon as we get platina in. Now here those 2 collide, which is not good. And we do get to this amount of money. This investment is useless. Could top deck an expand or just a gold. It's not obvious to me. Let's try to hit platinum. There should be another tiara down there. We just miss it. Why not top deck this? I actually want to see my charlatans more often, so let's not top deck this. Find it anyways, but see those tiaras, which is really annoying. This is not going great. Yeah. I don't know what to tell you. Let's top deck another tiara just because the charlatans collide again. This is actually looking really bad. I might lose this. AI gets a platinum in. What do we want to do? I could top deck a charlatan to turn into a to try to get this last verse to AI, or we could. I think I like top decking a charlatan actually. We can get rid of it later via our expand. But for now, yeah, let's just do this and buy a gold. Now this is nice. Finally, we have a decent draw. Get to top deck a platinum. But I think AI is already ahead by quite a bunch. So let's see. Let's get those victory points. Or we could also know, actually, let's hit 13, so we can top deck a platinum and a tiara together. This charlatan can become another, actually should become maybe a province already. Now here, let's top deck one more platinum, and then we should soonish start provincing, colonying. Maybe one more tiara platinum top deck is okay. Now this investment we want to get rid of, and here we want to start colonying. I'm not sure what I think about the AI's bishops. It's not scoring at many points. But, oops, sorry. I wanted to get rid of this. And no, one last time, I think we want to do the platinum trick. And maybe put in a clerk to annoy the AI. Don't top deck it, just so we shuffle before we get all of this green into our next shuffle. And now we really want to start hitting platinum as much as we colony as much as we can. This is bad. This is not great. This is an awful draw. We could double province in principle, but we're so far behind in points that I don't like lowering the province pile at this point. So we should just colony here. But having our expand in this kind of hand is just really not good. Also not a great draw here. Yeah, I mean, what even do we want to do here? I think I like just top decking a tiara actually. Hopefully we find a platinum here. Yeah, great. This is shaping up to be a rough game. I think at this point putting in a silver is good. We don't want to top deck it though. Nice, we hit colony again here, but oh no, I double colonies. Yeah, we need to go for that estate, I think. Let's just hope AI doesn't find one of its expands. No, it does, and it just wins. So this is how we lose again. Yeah, I don't know. I think we had quite some rough draws in the early game, right? We didn't find our investment in our initial shuffle. We had this awful turn 3 hand, 3 estates, 2 copper, and then we had collisions after collisions. I think we did all right and all right job overall, but with those draws, it was rough. I mean, yeah. And we had one more turn, we could have colonied here, but AI, yeah. I don't know. I'm not too mad to lose this one, to be honest, with it being such a money-ish kingdom. Let's just go for it once again. Get a tiara in here. Pretty much the same as last time. Here we do get to top deck a charlatan, which is amazing. AI just buys a charlatan, but finds it anyways already. Here, yeah, before shuffling, let's put in another charlatan. Nice. And now we can start putting in gold. I would like to hit 7 for some expand stuff, but well, at least we do get to double investment here to put in another tiara. Maybe we should get a clerk soon. Yeah, I like that tiara. Do we want a second investment even? Yeah, let's try to stay solid and thin. Put in yet another gold. And we need to start thinking about platinum. So our next hand has a charlatan already, which means we might want to just put in another gold. Or no, let's put in the expand but not top deck it. Just, yeah, here we get to buy a platinum. AI does get to curse us a bunch, but It's okay. I don't think we need this investment anymore. It's going to be more annoying than useful in most cases, I think. Here we hit 8, which is also not great. I think we want to put in second expand, maybe, to do some useful stuff with those charlatans. Now we are in the lead concerning curse trashing or cursing, which is great. We get to do the top deck tiara, top deck platinum thing, and get to trash a copper here. Do we want to trash a copper? We will hit 16 with the copper. We will hit 17. Could top deck platinum tiara cleric, or we could get rid of this copper and just deck platinum tiara. I think that's better. Yeah, just carry this through until we have a deck completely filled with money. Do we want to get rid of this investment? Yes, I think so. We don't really need it anymore. Top deck another platinum, another tiara. And now we can start colonying. But I'm feeling much better about myself right now than in the last one. Yeah. I mean, after so many close calls during the last few dailies, oh, this is juicy, just 2 platinum on top. I mean, okay. Maybe not that juicy. Actually, that means that most of our tiaras might be clumped without platinum. After so many close calls in the past month, I think in the last 28 days or so, I had a lot of dailies where I just so survived. And yeah, it's just fair that we get to see the worst side of luck today. Get colony here. I would top deck tiara if I hadn't seen that many platina already. Maybe we just want to annoy the AI a bit. Expand the curse into silver. I don't even know what to do here. Put in a random workers village. It doesn't change anything. Oh, I actually had tracked my deck. I could have known that this would have changed some stuff. I might be able to play both charlatan and expand here. Now what are those 2 cards? I'm not tracking my deck well enough. Surely enough with tiara. And yeah, what do we want to go for? As you see, I'm just playing by ear, doing whatever, essentially. I think a gold is great in this kind of deck. Now, here we've lost 1 tiara to an expand. Could put in another one, or could just say we put in another workers village for a random plus buy at a random point somewhere in the shuffle. I think that's also good. And buys. Now here I think I want to turn this charlatan into a province, just because piles are getting somewhat low. And buy a duchy. Be nice, we hit colony here. Yeah, but now it's a bunch of coin flips essentially, whether you hit your price point if you want to hit. Okay, AI does some expand stuff. We do some buying colony stuff. We do some more buying colony stuff here. Okay, this is scary. Should we go for the colony here? Or does the AI have the means to overtake us? It could turn a platinum into colony and duchy. We lost already. I think I'm I'm too tired to think about this too much. Yeah, I should have thought about this more. Actually, let's go back and replay this, and let me try to make more out of this game. Just, yeah, maybe my tiredness isn't the best way to give you tips on how to play this kingdom. But here, yeah, we'll be able to double province if AI doesn't do so. Yeah, we would have won this had we not gone for that stupid colony there. Maybe, unless yeah, I am. Wow, look at me doing amazing plays. Um, yeah, we just want to double province, or do we have double colony? No, not quite. No, I shouldn't have played this. Ah, man, this is dumb. I I feel like I'm not at the height of my capabilities. Let's just finish this up and do a winning, or try to do a winning playthrough. We do not hit 5 here, which is annoying. Um, Still liking that tiara. Unfortunately, it does not allow us to top deck a charlatan. So here, let's just not buy anything. Our investments and estates hate each other, apparently. Yeah. And here, finally, we get to put in a charlatan, even though we didn't manage to hit many estates with our investments yet. We are getting fairly thin. And can put in another charlatan. This is actually very interesting to see this stuff. There's 2 estates on top right. Maybe we just top deck an investment, as bad as it seems. Yeah, well, I mean, we might as well trash it. Actually, I shouldn't have. I could have gotten 2 victory points there. My mind is zoning out, as you can maybe tell. But, yeah, so don't play Dominion while you're sick, I guess. We have collision here, but now with our 11 card deck, it makes sense that we have collision. We do, however, hit platinum if we get rid of one of the charlatans. Can trash twice here. Put in 1 more silver. Or not. No, let's not do that. Now an expand would be nice. Now we can top deck gold. This investment I can trash. Top deck the expand here. AI has 3 platina while we have 1. Not going great. But we're nicely trashed. At least there's that. But yeah, maybe I really shouldn't play in the current state I'm at. Let's see. Take 1 more platinum. Get rid of this copper. Get rid of this. And get the first colony, or 1 more platinum. Maybe it's already time for the first colony. We can turn the silver into gold and get another colony. With the expand, we have some pressure on that. Nice. This game we managed to somehow get really clean. And have this very thin deck. There are some colonies on top here, which is not great, but we are able to top deck Tiara Colony. And do we want to buy an estate? No, I don't think so. And maybe a workers' village. Don't trash here. Yeah, get to put in another gold. And there are 2 colonies in there, so the next turn is likely going to be not that great, but oh well, I didn't track properly. Apparently it's gonna be great. We can just try to go for this. Now, does AI double colony here? No, it doesn't, but also it comes quite close, and I'm just happy it's over by now. This wasn't my greatest performance, I know. I'm going to attribute it to just being on the 6th side. Maybe I shouldn't be here and playing, but just recovering in bed. And I think that's what I'm going to do now after this double loss. The second one, as you saw, could have been avoided easily by not taking the penultimate colony. But yeah, what do I take away from this kingdom? Well, don't get awful shuffle luck on your first shuffle, and then also play a bit more concentrated than I did. I hope you enjoyed this still, and I will try to catch you in a better condition next time. Goodbye.